It is the Western Conference Final in the NHL between the Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. Who better to be breaking this series down than Robby Hockey himself? Robby, how you doing, bud?
Mark, doing great. I still can't believe Vegas is here right now with everything they had going on. But here we are, and we got to talk about it because that's who's up next for the Colorado Avalanche. My pick from, I think it was around Christmas time, you asked me, who's winning the Stanley Cup? I've stuck to my guns, and I'm sticking to them now.
Yeah, before we get to those Avalanche, let's talk about the path that the Golden Knights had to take. It hasn't been an easy one, right? They had to beat Utah in round one. Then they went on to play although on paper it didn't look that competitive, it really was a competitive series with Anaheim. What does Vegas have to do now to get right and to get in a spot where they can be at least competitive and possibly push this Colorado Avalanche team and actually get ahead and move on to the finals?
Hope and pray and hope that God listens to them and answers them early. Because look, you just nailed it. They played Utah, a young team. They finished them in 6. Anaheim, another young team. Cutter Gauthier broke his back. Essentially, he broke some vertebrae in his back and kept playing. I think they got a great schedule with having to not have to face the Edmonton Oilers. They got the Anaheim Ducks and the Utah Mammoth, 2 really young teams. That changes now. You're getting a Colorado team that's clicking on all cylinders. You're getting a Colorado team that has a pissed off Nathan MacKinnon. You got Gabriel Landeskog, who's been hurt, who's not been able to be with the team. He's back. He's going to be playing well. I don't see this being a path at all that Vegas can get to the Stanley Cup. I could be terribly wrong. I think Colorado ends this early, maybe 4, maybe 5.
Well, let's talk about the Colorado Avalanche then, because they beat the LA Kings. They ripped apart Edmonton. I mean, what they did to Edmonton is embarrassing.
I'm
Colorado? Sorry. No, they played. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I am so lost in all the series games. Colorado just beat the Minnesota Wild, and in a series that was a little bit more competitive than people thought it was going to be. Right? Look, the comparisons between the Avalanche and the Hurricanes, people are making, and rightfully so. Is it better for the Avalanche to have gone through a little adversity through a series than to have the easier path that maybe, say, like the Hurricanes have enjoyed this postseason?
I mean, the Kings were the Kings. They handled them pretty handily. And then the Wild gave them a run. I mean, the Wild just kind of ran out of players. They lost a couple of guys that were key pieces, and then it was just all Colorado from there. I don't think it's a bad thing to get the schedule they got because, I mean, Minnesota still has some top dogs on that roster. And I think if Dallas had won, you may have seen more games in that series because I think they kind of evened out a little bit more. But they got through there kind of unscathed. The big thing with Colorado is Cale Makar's hurt. I don't know how healthy he is. He's hurt. There's something to do with his arm, his shoulder. He's not shooting the puck well at all. If you're looking at a player prop, target his unders maybe in this series because something's not right. I don't know if a week can fix that.
Well, look, and then, if it's anything like Cutter Gauthier, it's going to come out, after the series that he was playing with a dislocated shoulder and a fractured tibia or something in his arm, and he's been playing like that for the last 3 weeks. Who are some of the guys on Colorado that you are looking towards from a player prop standpoint who have done well against Vegas or who need to do well against Vegas this series?
So there's a guy that's Brock Nelson. When I looked at the stats to see head-to-head stats, who does the best, I think Brock Nelson has a point in 80% of his games versus the Vegas Golden Knights. The problem with betting Brock Nelson, and that kind of bit me in the butt in the first round, is the second line for Colorado are going 2 ways. They're playing a lot of offense, but they're playing a lot of defense as well. Where that top line, they're doing all the shooting and everything else. That second line has been that kind of second line of defense. And I think if you can let Brock Nelson kind of rip it, I think he's the guy. The history says he's the guy. He's got a 0.8 of his last 10. Valery Nichushkin. God, I hate trying to say his name. That's another guy that I like. But you got to wait for lineups because I'm not sure Artturi Lehkonen didn't play the last 2 games for Colorado. Is he back? And if he's back, does he remain on that top line? or does Gabriel Landeskog stay on the top line? So really with Colorado props, the one I like the most, the one I actually put some money on already is Brock Nelson based off the history. But then I'm going to kind of wait. I want to see what lines look like. I want to see who's in and who's out for the Avalanche. If Landeskog is in, I think his price is already minus 180 for a point. So you're going to have to pair him with something. But if Lincoln is in, maybe that price goes down. You can grab Landeskog at a better number, depending on which line he shows up on.
Okay. And then let's flip over to the other side here. Vegas Golden Knights, right? Goaltending had been an issue. They get Carter Hart in goal against Anaheim. He has done exceptionally well these playoffs. That has to continue, obviously, for Vegas to stay close and competitive in these games and to be put into a place to win if they're going to win. Carter Hart's going to have to stand out. Who else is going to have to really just step it up for Vegas and try to penetrate this Avalanche defense that has seemingly been unpenetratable at all?
Yeah, Mitch Marner is one of the guys that come to mind. His line is the line that comes to mind because I don't think Mark Stone's going to play. I don't think he's even skating. And when Vegas doesn't have Mark Stone, they're very vulnerable. That's one of the reasons why I think Colorado takes it, because I think with Minnesota, they're down key guys that really, really help that team. Now, William Karlsson is on that second line with Mitch Marner. I've tailed his props quite a bit. Can him and Marner jump to that level? Because you've already got a solid line with Eichel, Dorofeyev. The top line is okay. That second line has to continue producing. Mitch Marner had one hell of a series against Anaheim. Imagine if Toronto Maple Leafs had a guy like Mitch Marner, how where they would be today. And I mean, he really did. He really looked really good in that series. Yeah. I want to see what that line does against Colorado, because I think that's the line you target for the better value. I think Marner's assist is at minus 130 right now, which really isn't that bad of a prop because he's usually a guy that dishes it out. I can't remember what Karlsson's props are, but that's the line I'm going to look at as far as player props. That's the line that's going to give you the best value as far as some of their props go.
So are you concerned at all? I know you picked Colorado to win this thing way back in December. Does it does the goaltending for Colorado concern you at all?
A little bit, but I think their defense is going to do enough in front of the goaltending that it doesn't worry me as much. Now, Cale Makar being hurt and Sam Malinsky being hurt for Colorado, that's the only thing that kind of worries me. I think Malinsky's going to be okay. And as long as Makar can play defense, you're not relying on him to shoot the puck, I think you're good as well. I just, the top heaviness of this Avalanche team. You saw guys like Parker Kelly and Ross Colton, guys come up and make big goals against Minnesota. Yeah. Like, they're getting production from every line. And, oh, by the way, you still have Nathan MacKinnon, who at the beginning of this whole thing, I said he's plus 550 to win the Conn Smythe. I know that number is probably gone by now. I don't even know what that number is. So that's looking better by the day. So long as Colorado can just do their job and get to the finals, it may even be, even if they're playing Carolina, it may be even one of those deals with Connor McDavid. If Colorado don't win the finals, it's still a guy that if he still plays his ass off and has a great series, he could still steal the Conn Smythe. Now, I know he wants the Stanley Cup, but I mean, you know, it's still, when you're betting, it's not a bad look.
I heard Nathan MacKinnon's a pretty good hockey player.
Yeah, he's even better when you give him a stuffed bear as a consolation prize.
Yeah, there's that too. All right, so let me put you on the spot for this series. We've got the Avalanche and the Golden Knights. Who wins it in how many games?
Colorado in 5. I think Vegas can catch them sleeping maybe one game, maybe with the injuries and stuff. Maybe when they go to Vegas in game 3, I think they might catch them sleeping in that one, but I think Colorado in 5.
This is going to be interesting. I think Colorado wins, but I think it takes 6. I don't think that they can close them out in 5. I think, to your point, Colorado has some injuries that they have to deal with. And yes, they have been able to rest up while this series has been going on. And they've had the Western Conference has had a few extra days of rest before the Eastern Conference Finals starts off on Thursday. Excuse me, Wednesday. No, on Thursday. It starts on Thursday. What am I talking about, Mark? Come on.
Let's see. Tomorrow, Wednesday is the Western Conference. Thursday is
Western Conference. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. I'll get it right.
It's all good.
Yeah. So they're going to have, I don't know that they've had enough time to rest in order for those guys to get healthy, at least healthy enough to where they're in shutdown mode again. The best thing that could happen for Colorado, obviously, is to breeze through this and get all the rest before the NHL final starts. And you hope for a long series on the Eastern Conference side. But I do think that they are a little more vulnerable than they were a month and a half ago, in my opinion. So I take them still to win because I like your ticket. I'm taking them still to win, but I think they get it done in 6. Anything else that you're targeting or looking at in this series?
Just a wait and see with game 1. That's really how I approach every series. I try to look at guys with head-to-head. Tomas Hertl has good head-to-head history versus Colorado. Just not a guy I can trust to put money on. Like, if he comes out in game 1 and still shows his dominance against Colorado, maybe we'll put some money on that. But it's not a guy that I like putting money on. It kind of makes me sick putting money on him because he usually doesn't come through for me.
So you bring up a great point, and it's you mostly play player props in the NHL. I mean, you are the guru over at juststatsports.com for NHL player props. Is it a wait and see in game 1 to get a feel for a series like this, or do you still go with kind of, do you still play all the hits and hope that those work out, but if not, you're looking for other angles?
It's a real wait and see. I don't usually have a ton on game 1s, and it's just to your point, what you just said. I mean, it's hard to tell where a team is at. If Colorado is everybody's well rested and healthy, I don't know how Vegas without Mark Stone gets gets pucks past them. I just don't. So that kind of eliminates your Marners and your Karlssons, like I was saying. And then on the Colorado side, does Brock Nelson show up in this series, or is he what he's done in the last couple of series? I think he has 2 goals and assists so far in all the games played for Colorado. But you got to kind of look at that head-to-head and think, where's their value in this? MacKinnon's a great pick, no matter how you slice it. MacKinnon looks like a guy on a tear, a man on a mission, but the prices are just ridiculous. I think a goal is still -110 to -115, 2+ points. I mean, you're asking a guy to score. It's like we said yesterday on the home runs. You get a guy below 200. It's not much value there for a home run. -115 to -120 for a goal. Not much value there.
Right. No, I agree with you. Look, when you have your player props ready and you're going to be putting them out, where can people find those?
At justthestatsports.com. Look, tonight, as I've said, I'm probably going on vacation here in about another day or so, depending on how things shake out. But I am going to try to get as much as I can up tonight for this Colorado game. Lines are out. I've started seeing lines trickle out for the Thursday game. So if I can do a 2-for-1 tonight, I'm going to try that as well.
That sounds perfect. And listen, and as always, especially when you come back, I know you're not going to be doing any of the shows while you're on vacation, but when you come back, people can always get the plays Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:00 Eastern Standard Time, right here at the Weekday Wagers. So, Robby, listen, 1, travel safe, my friend. But 2, I hope we have another fantastic series in the Western Conference Finals, and we get to extend this NHL playoff hockey for as long as we possibly can.
Yeah, man, I'm not ready to just bet solely on baseball yet. I was looking today, I gave a play out, and it's weird how my brain works because I love hockey, first off. I love it, but it's like I need a day or 2 to get in like baseball mode. Like, I don't mind finding dingers. Like, I've got a good system and a good flow down. When you're looking at like other props where hits, runs, and RBIs, total bases, that's usually the market I target. I'm just like, I got to retrain my brain how to look for this stuff again because I'm so rusty right now just in NHL mode. But yeah, we got at least hopefully I hope you're right. Maybe it goes 6 games and we've got more chances to bet hockey because when hockey season's over, it's just that grind of the NFL for me, just trying to find spots that I like in MLB.
But hey, the longer hockey goes, the shorter we have to wait until the NFL kicks up. So that's how I look at it. And however, that doesn't mean we don't have baseball content because we've been putting out baseball content Monday through Friday, even Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, right here at the Weekday Wagers channel. You get my 3-team Nerfy parlays. You and DG have putting out the daily dinger videos. It's been fantastic. So make sure you are subscribed. You don't want to miss any of that content. And with that, we will see you later. Enjoy your Western Conference NHL